Hello there, welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It's a breezy Nova Scotia morning this morning. The wind's whipping, but the sun's out and it's not too cold. So I've got something on the go today that I've never done before, and I'll tell you a little story about how this all played out and came to be. So, a week or so ago, I was watching another YouTube channel called Bluegrass Bushcraft, and a real great guy runs that channel named Robert, and I enjoy watching his videos. And he had this video where he was reviewing a product called the Saker Mini Chainsaw. And I watched that video. Now, mini chainsaws, these electric, battery operated, cordless mini chainsaws, have been on my radar for about a year now. I've seen them, I know they exist, but I've never taken the leap and actually purchased one. So I was watching this video Robert had put up about the Saker mini chainsaw, and I had commented about how useful it looked. Looked pretty rugged, pretty durable, looked to work really well. And he had mentioned that, it might be useful for hunting and stuff in deer season. And because, most of the time when you go out, you got hand saws or loppers, right? Those are the kind of tools that you're out with. And this mini chainsaw looked pretty good. So I had commented on his video about how the Saker mini chainsaw looked like a pretty good piece of kit. So a few days later, I received an email from Saker themselves, much to my surprise. And they had asked if I would like to receive one of their mini chainsaws and give it a try, test it out, make a video about it, which I do anyway, and they would be happy to send me a Saker mini chainsaw free of charge. So, I mean, you guys know that I don't like spending money on myself at all, especially when it comes to bushcraft. I would far prefer to use my creativity to obtain things that might be useful for me in the woods or around the yard. And so I responded right away that I would definitely do that. If I were to buy a Saker mini chainsaw tomorrow, I would make a video about it anyway. So I was more than happy to accept their generous offer. And I received my Saker mini chainsaw just yesterday, came right to my door. And yeah, can't be more happy to be unboxing this and giving it a try. And for Saker, I mean, I'm very grateful for Saker for giving me the opportunity to give this a try. So let's bring you in real close and we'll start unboxing this thing. This is my first time a company has sent me something to try on my channel. So I'm pretty excited about that, really. I never dreamed when I started this channel that I would be doing a video like this, but here I am. So let's do our best at this. See what this looks like after we unbox it. Let's do some reading, see what we're into. It looks pretty simple, but let's bring you in close and open it up. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get the plastic off this. I'll just put that over here for a minute. Now, here we go. Let's open it up. Right off the bat, everything inside is nice and organized looking. You see I've got a little bottle of oil. I'm sure you're going to use for the chain. I see I've got a charging cord. It's a round plug-in charging cord. Looks great. Looks like it has a light on it, an indicator light. I see I have the 20-volt battery, which would be just like any kind of cordless drill or anything like that. That looks cool. It's got the Saker name on it, 20-volt max, 1.5 AH. Very cool. Now I see I've got a couple tools. I've got a small Phillips head screwdriver, and I've got a hex nut wrench. That's what that looks like to me. Still unknown what those are going to be used for. Let's keep digging. So here, it appears I've got, wow, there we have the Saker mini chainsaw. It's got a guard on the top. The bar, I think it said, is a 4-inch bar, but we'll do some reading. It says mini electric chainsaw, Saker mini electric chainsaw, chainsaw speed 780 revolutions per minute, I would say. That's pretty cool. It's got a finger guard. Okay. And what else is in the box? Looks good so far. Like, that's a... feels like a sturdy hand tool to me. Let's see what else we got. A little bit of padding. And we have an ever important instruction manual. So, that's everything out of the box. I see everything that is supposed to be in there is in there. There's lots of great product selling points right on the box here. Right from Saker. It says the rechargeable electric chainsaw. The Saker mini chainsaw is equipped with a 20-volt rechargeable lithium battery, which can be used for a long time, charging at any time, convenient and fast. It says lightweight and portable. This Saker mini chainsaw weighs only 1.1 kilograms, including battery. It can be used with one hand, and it is not easy to get tired after long-term use. It is very suitable for family and temporary work. Even the elderly can easily control it. It says that it is easy to carry. Small and convenient, quick and easy to assemble, just need 1 minute for all install. It says strong dynamic system. The Saker mini chainsaw adapts a high-quality guide chain that has undergone a deep quenching process to ensure smooth cutting. In addition, a pure copper motor is used, which is very powerful. Cutting efficiency is higher and faster. So, that's great. This all looks pretty cool. I'm going to read through the instructions and bring you back once I'm ready to start giving this a try. So, stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, so I fully read and understand the instructions, which were easy to read, no trouble. So the instructions say the only thing I should need to do at this point, because it came fully assembled, is oil the chain, which makes perfect sense. In a big chainsaw, you gotta have bar oil. In this one, they say to use vegetable oil, so that's good to know. One thing I did do is I took the hex wrench here and got on this bolt, and I just snugged that up. That had about a quarter turn. I could snug that up to get it hand tight. I didn't see any real use for the screwdriver yet. I guess that right there and cleaning out the bar. So let's oil this chain. See if I can do this so you guys can see it too. I'm just going to run a little line oil along the bar there. Do it on this side as well. There we go. Now I have not charged the battery. It says to oil your chain before every use and anytime you switch out and put a full battery in it. So, first use. The chain felt lubricated, but it says to use it before every use. So, I see a warning on this here. It says, note, do not cut wood which is more than 4 inches. Makes sense. Do not overpress the machine when cutting wood. That means don't be like trying to drive the saw through it. Let the saw do the work. It says, when the machine is not used for a long time, please fully charge it, then store it. So those are all great tips. I'm going to leave that right on there. The battery should simply go in like this. There we go. So I had to depress that to get that to go all the way in. He's a little stiff. There we go. Huh. There we go. That's in. No trouble. Now, I've never had a mini chainsaw. I've used regular sized gas powered chainsaws. I've never had a mini one. So, excuse me while I learn. There we go. We're ready to get to work. So, at the beach, we have lots of trees. And every year, there's a bit of a chore with your loppers and your handsaws and stuff that's too small to really use a chainsaw for. So, that's what we're going to go after here. I've got a waterline path that I need to clear. We're going to take the Saker mini chainsaw and put it to the test on that path and see if we can clear it up. So, stick around. We're on to the performance test next. Okay. Okay, so here we go. It's nice and sunny here in Nova Scotia today, but I'm going to just put my hood up while I'm working around this brush just to keep ticks from falling in down my sweater or anything. Always good to stay covered up in Nova Scotia when you're working around in the woods. Put on your fly dope. You shouldn't have too much trouble with ticks. So this here used to be a trail from my property at the beach to the neighbors, and there's a water line that runs through here, and we're coming on the end of the beach season. So I've got to clear this trail so I can see the water line the whole way. And I'm thinking the Saker mini chainsaw might be the perfect tool for this task. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can run this with a glove on, so that's fine. So let's get cutting and see how this works. I'm thinking, I have an idea that I want to try right away. A lot of the time when you're cutting with a full-size chainsaw, you'll end up getting little stuff like this cut, but it's almost impossible to cut it down into smaller pieces. So I'm hoping the Saker mini chainsaw will be able to cut something down and at the same time cut it into smaller pieces and drop it in the wheelbarrow for going to a burn pile or wherever it's going. You can always cut faster than you can clean when it comes to chainsaws, I've found. So, I'm ready. Let's do the first cut. Here we go. I'm going to try to get as close to the ground as I can. Woo! Well, those two little sticks were easy enough. Now let's see if we can zip them down into smaller size. I'm wearing gloves just in case. So if you get into really small stuff like that, that's no big deal. That doesn't want to cut that, and I don't blame it. It's too small. I give them a wind just to clean them out a bit. I can see a branch has gone inside them, but I don't think that's going to hurt. Ah, let's see what else we can get here. That again is really small. So I sense right away that this saw will definitely be capable of cutting stuff a lot larger than this. It feels like it's got lots of power. Some of this stuff is just grass. Right, this really thin stuff I'm not even worried about. I'm just looking to clear some trail here. Now I gotta be careful not to touch my water line too. So far so good. I'm gonna keep at this, and so far really good. I really like the power the saw seems to have. Well, that stick came right out. Perfect. So far, so good. I'm going to keep going. When I get to something a little bit bigger, I'll bring you back and we'll see how it works. Man, it just slices right through. No trouble at all. This one here is a little bit bigger, but still well within. That'd only be about a 2-inch stick. I just want to be careful not to cut my water line at this point. Very nice. So, all this is just tiny, tiny stuff. Stuff that small would normally bind a big chainsaw. The Saker Mini just seems to breeze right through it. Now, you fellas, these two spruce trees, I'm going to have to take a couple limbs off them, I think. That's kind of cool too. You can kind of hold on to the battery and it kind of stabilizes the saw a little bit better rather than just using it one-handed. I mean, if you're limbing, if you're doing a little bit of limbing, that is. So, let me limb this. Like any chainsaw, you want to hold on to it. It can kick and chatter a little bit. Now, I've got a tree leaning here, right over my head. So I'm just going to check out what that is hung up on. I think it's hung up on bigger trees and not these small ones. And that's not a huge tree, but I don't want to get clunked on the head. So I think I'm going to just clean up this small stuff and leave these in case they're holding that. Right on. Well, there we go for that. That's my waterline trail cleared. A couple things really quick that I noticed while I was doing that. I want to tell you honestly, the Saker mini chainsaw made short work of that. Short work, I would say. That was an hour with loppers previously before I had this. I would say that took about 15 minutes tops, right? So convenient to be able to just lop stuff off, fire it to the side. If you're having to haul it away, being able to take a long stick and break it down into smaller pieces to put in a wheelbarrow to lug away or put in a fire pit as you go creates way less mess. So far, my impressions are pretty good of this little saw. Let's see if there's anything else I want to try to cut. And I noticed that the chain is a little bit loose there now. So I might have to tighten it up a bit. But that should be no trouble at all. It's still good on the sprocket. And when you run these, the chain is going to stretch a little bit, I would say. So anyway, that's that chore made easy by the Saker mini chainsaw. Let's go see if there's anything else I need to cut. Oh, this one here is not even attached to anything. These guys are all dead. Oh, well, that's so dead it broke right off, but I'm still going to cut it. Just being able to do this efficiently is a big deal to me. Always, 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 when you're cutting, cleaning up is always a big step of cutting anything, any type of trees or cleaning up brush. And being able to lop this off quickly into the wheelbarrow as you go, to me, that's a huge bonus. That saves you one whole step. Let's see what else we got here. All this stuff's a little bit bigger, but it's all dead. Oh. Ooh, this one's a long one. I'm whirring the saw up before I start cutting. Get it up to full speed. And something I found when I was going through the trail there, let it run for a good 2 count after you've finished your cut, and that'll help blow any debris out from inside of the saw. and keep it cleaned out. That should give you less chance of binding up. Now, this is a little bit bigger. This is definitely not 4-inch, but I think that's getting close to 3. Let's give it a try. Oh, I think my battery's getting low. Okay, let's go charge the battery. That's a great opportunity to see how long that takes. I mean, right out of the box, I got that entire trail cleared, which is great. So I'm going to go plug this in because I'm not quite done. I want to see what else this will do. It's not bound up. I'm fairly certain the battery just, maybe the battery didn't die. Maybe it was bound up. So if it was bound up, all I did was give it a turn and it seems to have freed itself. So that's good. No, I would say the battery's dying. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go plug this in, get it charged up. We'll see how long that takes, and we'll get back to you. Okay, it's been about a couple hours anyway. I had the saw on charge for that time. It didn't quite get to fully charged, but I'm too anxious. I can't wait. I've got it off charge. I'll finish fully charging it after I'm done this video. So these here dead limbs, dead sticks, dead wood, I would say is probably the upper end of what you should be cutting with this. It says 4 to 6 inches. The stuff's all very dead. Well, that sliced through that like nothing. There we go. All right, let's wrap this video up. I think I've seen enough. Well, there we go. I've spent the little bit of time this afternoon trying out the Saker mini chainsaw, and after using it for about an hour, I'm going to say, just around the yard at the beach where there's always smaller trees and limbs that need chopped up, I've got to say that the Saker mini chainsaw has far exceeded my expectations. I didn't have great big expectations. I've thought about these little saws and maybe getting one, and Saker was nice enough to send me one for free to try out. And man, I'm telling you, it worked good this afternoon. I'm the type who's once I have something, I'm going to use it. So you're going to see this little mini chainsaw again, I'm sure. And I would say it worked great. I hope my video showed that. I want to take this opportunity to thank Robert from Bluegrass Bushcraft. I will at him in this video and let him know what happened here from my comment on his channel. I ended up with my own Saker mini chainsaw. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm very grateful for that, very grateful for Robert, and also want to take the opportunity to thank Saker for sending me this mini chainsaw. And hey, as advertised, I would say, I've been watching some of the commercials on YouTube about it, the advertisements, and I have not seen anything this afternoon that would tell me this isn't going to work just as it's advertised. It's a good feeling tool in your hand. I don't feel tired. My arm doesn't feel tired from using it. It's well weighted. The balance is nice. I think it's a really nice little tool to have for around the beach yard or at home or out in the woods. I am not very great with handsaws, so I'm not saying I won't take this with me on overnighters and stuff. Car camping, I could see me using it. Another thing it would be super useful for is people with side-by-sides or four-wheelers. That's small, right? And when you get smaller trees down over your trail or limbs that end up in your trail, cutting these out of your way would be a breeze with this little saw. So anyway, that's my first ever product review from a product that was sent to me by a company free of charge to look at and review. Awesome, I would say. Worked really good. So anyway, thanks for joining me, folks. I hope you found this video helpful. And I hope if you're considering buying a mini chainsaw, you'll give Saker a look. I definitely would. If I were to be buying one, I would buy a Saker from what I've seen here today. And like I say, as time goes on, we'll see how it goes. But guaranteed I'm going to use this for a while. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, folks, you never find anything if you don't go look. And also tell the others. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Bye for now.